Okay, so that's the channel song for today. I know that actually did come up in one of my readings the other day as well. And I'm just trying to give the Divine Femme some props today because I feel like my readings have been focused around the drama that's going around the Divine Femme. Randomly at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles. And I want to give the Divine Femme energy a little boost here, a little confidence boost. And I want to hear what Spirit has to say about what the Divine Femme is doing right on their path right now. Thank you. Because at the end of the day, we all have Divine Femme energy, right? And at the end of the day, we're all working towards something. And we're all sisters. We're all sisters. I sounded like James Charles. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so Divine Femme is learning to drop the burden, the endless thoughts, right? The talking in circles, all of that. Divine Femme is learning to finally reset that 10 to an ace. 7 of Cups, they're finally making a fucking decision. I have called the Divine Femme Miss Flighty Pants a couple of times in my readings lately. 5 of Cups reversed, taking a hold of the things that you keep inside that are driving you fucking nuts, that are making you feel the seasonals, you know what I mean? 3 of Pentacles reversed, and the Hermit, finally prioritizing your alone time, your creative time, your thinking, your meditating time, right? Finally prioritizing returning to self. Finally I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. Understanding that you've already planted the seeds for what it is you're trying to accomplish, right? Learning to put faith in Spirit and faith in yourself, for that matter, for your own intuition, and putting faith in the fact that those seeds will grow, right? If I continue to water them on the regimen that I have them on, if I continue to put them in the windowsill, right? Like when it's warm, please don't put new seeds in the windowsill when it's cold. Knowing that all of these things, eventually that's going to bloom, right? But having faith in it that it will, and having faith that when it blooms, it's going to light up all those darknesses that you have, and it's going to light up the darknesses of those around you. But you have to allow those seeds to flourish. You have to wait for them. You cannot force growth, right? I personally don't use root hormone on my plants because I feel like it's creating weak roots, and it's creating a weak, like, memory in that plant of how to make roots. So I toughen all of my plants up by making them root themselves. No matter how long it takes, I'll be diligent with it, but you gotta root yourself, right? And I feel like having this big old flower in the sun card is, of course, reminiscent of a sunflower, but have you seen how tall sunflowers are? Do you see how they reach toward the sun? Like, the way that this girl is dancing with the sun in the background, this is giving, like, reaching for your own warmth and realizing that you have to also shine the light inward. You can't just shine the light outward forever and expect to hide in darkness. You have to shine the light inward and let everyone see what you see of yourself. 2 of Pentacles reversed with the 6 of Swords. Again, this is talking about finally staying still, finally standing in one spot, finally making a decision for yourself, finally taking into your own hands what it is that you want for your future, and ultimately what it is that makes you feel the best, right? She is the most beautiful part of the Empress, the most beautiful energy, the most abundant, the most flourishing, right? I would argue to say the most stunning, to be honest, as opposed to the Queen of Wands, right? But Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Owning your energy. Love that. Devil reversed at the bottom. This one is saying letting go of toxic habits, every little thing that you see, toxic thoughts, toxic speech patterns, toxic anything that you're just trimming away the fat. Just trimming away the fat and working towards becoming who it is that you see in your head that you are. You're starting to realize there's a disconnect between who you see yourself as and who the rest of the world sees you as. And for a long time, you've been really bitter about that because you see yourself so highly, but you don't understand why no one else does. And the people who are close to you see you very highly, but you feel like they see you the way the rest of the world does because you can see everything in their eyes, right? You can see the disappointment in those moments. You can see the fear, the anger, the sadness, just as much as you can see the happiness and the pride and the love, right? Devil reversed. Yeah, Emperor. And Four of Swords. Let's talk about it. Taking your masculine energy by the balls to help you get rid of those things that you know no longer serve you. You've had to tap into your masculine energy recently in order to persevere in your life, because there's a lot of things that you realize that are things that shouldn't have been like mannerisms or personality traits or things that just came about from like trauma that have become who you are, and you want to start shaving those things off, right? You want to start polishing them up. You're finally taking stock of the world that you have created and trying to figure out how to make it your own and how to really make it beautiful. I love this, Spirit. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Queen of Cups. Feeling your emotions and really starting to understand that your emotions shape who you are, shape what you do, shape how you create your world, and shape how you perceive the world around you, essentially. You're starting to look at your emotions from an outside standpoint, maybe even from a masculine standpoint, and starting to understand that they don't need to be as big as you make them, as long as you're just flowing, right? Just flow with the energy and be like water. I say it all the time, be like water, and just let those emotions flow around you. It's easy to say, it's not so easy to do, right? Especially, look at that Moon card, Queen of Swords reversed. Be careful. Don't let those feelings drag you down. See, she's drowning. Don't let those feelings drag you down, because they're big, yes. They're scary, yes. They're mysterious, yes. But they're also illuminating. They are also a very beautiful experience. Have you ever looked up at the moon from underwater like that? It's an incredible experience. Look at your emotions with beauty, Spirit saying. Look at your emotions with beauty. Look at them fondly. Look at them as if they are art. Stop being so fucking mean. Stop being so stubborn. Stop being so hard-headed. Stop being in your head so much. Stop talking so much shit. You're about to really create something beautiful here. You're averting a really big tower moment that was en route for you, just because you've learned to open up to this connection, just because you've learned to start balancing your everything. You're starting to integrate the things that you've learned, all of your spiritual lessons. You're starting to integrate them, and you're starting to see that flourish in your world. So I think we can end that there. That's absolutely beautiful. Just continue doing what you're doing. Just imagine a zipper, step by step, thought by thought, minute by minute, just weaving the future that you want for yourself. You're doing great. It's literally coming at you so good. So